Hi everyone, my name is Maria Teresa Bernardo, and today I will be discussing about the literary work of Rizal, which is the Mi Ultimo Adios or My Last Farewell. So Mi Ultimo Adios, written before Rizal died, which was in December 30, 1896. The piece was one of the last notes he wrote before his death. So Mi Ultimo Adios is a poem written by Jose Rizal, but he never entitled that poem, and it was someone else who entitled Mi Ultimo Adios or My Last Farewell. And as we go over to our discussion, we will find out kung kinsa gid ang nagtitle anang Mi Ultimo Adios or My Last Farewell. And in the next slide, on the afternoon of December 29, 1896, a day before his execution, his mother Teodora Alonso, sisters Lucia, Josefa, Trinidad, Maria and Narcisa, and two nephews, when they took their leave, Rizal told Trinidad in English that there was something in the small alcohol stove or cocinella in Spanish. So, di ba ni-visit man ihang pamilya niya. So, before sila ng lakaw is si Rizal is naighatag ka Trinidad, which is katong small alcohol stove, and kanang small alcohol stove is adton ni Rizal gitago ang ihang poem, which is katong Mi Ultimo Adios. And upon speaking or having a conversation ni Trinidad is ni-speak siya or gi-state nga nina ni-speak siya English for the reason that kanang para di sila masaktan or di sila masabtan sa nagbantay ngadto na Spanish. And as I mentioned, the alcohol stove that hidden in the poem of Rizal, it was there's several or some historians na nag-state na it was not really in the alcohol stove and it was in alcohol lamp. So, is the poem hidden in the alcohol stove or alcohol lamp? Several historians state that the poem was hidden in alcohol lamp and not in alcohol stove. So, go-wonder ta kung asa mong gitago ang poem ni Rizal, kung sa alcohol stove ba yun or sa alcohol lamp. So, may bawaan na nato. So, theory na part is maoni mga historians na nag-state na it was a really in alcohol lamp where the poem was hidden. And Jaime de Vera, R.M. Bernardo, and Ambit Ocampo, these Rizales perpetuated the myth of the alcohol lamp, with Ambit Ocampo using terms like alcohol cooking lamp and lamparilla. So, they're stating that it was really the in the alcohol lamp and not in the alcohol stove. And in the next slide, which is their historians that they state that it was really in the alcohol stove and not in alcohol lamp. So Gregorio Zaidi and Austin Craig, these two concealed that the poem was in alcohol stove. And diba na-mention man na naangad to ni state si Ambit Ocampo na para niya is ang poem is hidden in the alcohol lamp and not in the alcohol stove. But ihanggi gi-rewrite or ihanggi sulti. So, Ambit Ocampo or confirm his writing that the poem was indeed hidden in alcohol stove. Ihanggi rewrite, ihanggi state nga to na it was really in an alcohol stove and not in an alcohol lamp. So, asa magyud gitago ni Rizal ang ihang poem. So, according to Pio Andrade Jr., he believed that cocinella or the alcohol stove was used to hide the poem because it was a common household item and wouldn't raise suspicion from the guards. The stove was also a practical choice for Rizal as he needed to warm his food, and the cocinella was a gift from the Pardo de Tavera family. So, ani na to may bawaan na it was really in alcohol stove where the poem was hidden. Kaya according ni Pio Andrade Jr., a researcher, na ang alcohol lamp daw is not available on that time. So, dili gyud alcohol lamp ang gigamit para itago ang katon na poem. It was really in alcohol stove kay mao sa ginay gihatag sa mo'y gihatag sa Pardo de Tavera family ni Rizal para magamit niya sa pag-init siyang sudan or pagluto siyang sudan ni Rizal. And next is Rizal's poem have 14 5-line stanzas written in Spanish and not had an official title given to it. Mariano Ponce and his fellow reformers titled the poem Mi Ultimo Pensamiento, means my last thought. So as what I said, na dili gud si Rizal ang nagtitle ato na poem, and it was someone else who entitled that poem na iyang gihimo. So in Mariano Ponce and his friends reformers, they entitled the poem Mi Ultimo Pensamiento, means my last thought. But kana na title is wala siya as in a boom or wala as in a noun sa mga tao. And katong mi ultimo adios or my last farewell, mo to siya ang ni fame or ni noun sa mga tao gyud.
So, Father Mariano Dacanay obtained a copy of Mi Ultimo Adios while he was imprisoned in, I believe it, in September 1896. He was in jail due to suspicion of Masonic affiliation and support for the Katipunan. Then the poem was originally unentitled and it was hidden in a alcohol stove that Rizal had given to his family during a visit before his execution. Then after Rizal's execution on December 30, 1896, his family discovered the poem and made copies to distribute. In 1897, Mariano Ponce, a friend of Rizal, had it printed in the Hong Kong under the title of Mi Ultimo Pensamiento, which is my last thought, but it did not gain much traction. Then later on, Father Mariano Dacanay published it in the first issue of La Independencia on September 25, 1898, renaming it Ultimo Adios, which helped it gain fame and recognition as Mi Ultimo Adios or my last farewell. This is the summary of the poem. First is the poem expresses love for the Philippines and his willingness to die for his country's freedom. Rizal reflects on his sacrifices and hopes that his death will inspire others to continue fighting for independence. The poem accurately points Rizal's profound love for the Philippines and his willingness to die for its freedom. Rizal hoped that his death will inspire others to continue to fight for freedom, reveals his foresight and his belief in the enduring power of his ideals. It is this call to action, this legacy of inspiration that cemented Mi Ultimo Adios is a cornerstone of Filipino nationalism and a symbol of the ongoing struggle for self-determination. The poem's enduring power lies not only in Rizal's sacrifice but in his belief in the future and his faith in the Filipino people's ability to achieve independence. And the second one is he shows a gratitude to God, his family, and his fellow Filipinos, urging them to stay strong and united. Rizal's tone is both sorrowful and hopeful as he accepts his fate with courage. Mi Ultimo Adios showcases Rizal's remarkable courage in the face of death. Despite the sorrow of impending execution, Rizal's tone remained resolute, urging his fellow Filipinos to remain strong and united. This acceptance to his fate, coupled with his unwavering hope for the Philippines' future, transforms the poem into a powerful testament to his patriotism and unwavering spirit. His courage isn't just a personal act, but it's a beacon of inspiration for his countrymen, highlighting the strength needed to fight for freedom. And the last slide is stanza 13, A Final Farewell. This stanza from Mi Ultimo Adios presents Rizal's moving farewell to the Philippines. He acknowledges the sorrow of his impending execution, yet portrays it as a necessary sacrifice. His offering of everything to his country highlights his transition to a realm without oppression, where his faith will prevail. The reference to God emphasizes his spiritual serenity and the hope he finds in his final act of defiance. The stanza unites a personal grief with steadfast patriotism, demonstrating Rizal's devotion to his homeland. Then the last one is the central message of this poem is his willingness to selfless sacrifice for his beloved country, and the profound hope that his sacrifices will contribute to the brighter future of the Philippines.
Filipinas dentro de 100 años, or The Philippine Hymns in English, is the socio-political essay written by Jose Rizal. This essay, Rizal explored the possible nga mahitabo or future sa Philippines, analyzing historical factors, current conditions, o mga predictions about possible outcomes sa Pilipinas. He believes that the Philippines' relationship to Spain closely needs to tied up with reform or independence. The content of this essay is to predict the potential future scenarios of the Philippines under Spanish rule and to advocate reforms and independence. So nakig-argue si Rizal because the Philippines needed to have a reform in order for us to have a progress under Spanish colonization, including the freedom of the press, presentation of Spanish government lang, and educational reforms. He predicted, or he explained, the real-life scenarios, including the possible outcome that the Philippines will remain a colony of Spain and the seek of independence will undergo violence or makolonize ta by lain nga mga tao or lain nga power. Filipinas dentro de 100 años is a significant piece due sa Philippine history because it emphasizes Rizal's vision about the future or about sa future sa Philippines o sa iyang advocacy nga reform and independence. The misery suffered by Filipinos during Spanish colonial rule run over from nagalain-lain nga mga reasons or rason. First is the oppressive military policies wherein ilang gi-force ang mga Filipino people to join the Spanish army that leads to decline of the Filipino population o gibiyaan ilahang farmland nga nakaapekto sa agricultural economy sa Philippines, resulting nga nagkapobre ug pamaayo ang nasod. Second is the cultural distraction. Nag-introduce ang Spanish sa ilang culture, policies o beliefs nga dapat jud sundon sa Filipino people para makalimtan or decline sa Filipino people ang atong cultural heritages. Giguba nila atong culture og they made us all ignorant or ignorante. And the third is the passivity imposed by Spanish friars. They enforced Filipino people nga sundon jud ilang governance to prevent Filipino people nga mo participate sa atong own governance o para manigling ilahang farmland nga nakaapekto sa agricultural economy sa Philippines, resulting nga nagkapobre ug pamaayo ang nasod. Second is the cultural distraction. Nag-introduce ang Spanish sa ilang culture, policies o beliefs nga dapat jud sundon sa Filipino people para makalimtan or decline sa Filipino people ang atong cultural heritages. Giguba nila atong culture og they made us all ignorant or ignorante. And the third is the passivity imposed by Spanish friars. They enforced Filipino people nga sundon jud ilang governance to prevent Filipino people nga mo participate sa atong own governance o para ma-neglect ang development sa ato ang country o dawato na lang sila as our colonizer. They use Christianity to unite or para mag-look up jud ang mga tao nila. And lastly, the limited education and training wherein Filipinos are being segregated and received limited education lang or limited education opportunities lang kay ang mga middle class ra nga mga lalaki ang pwede or naay chance nga muskwela that time.
Good day everyone. So let's proceed. Could Spain prevent the progress of the Philippines? If Spain decide to do so, what could possibly do? So first, keep the people ignorant. So Spain tried to keep Filipinos from getting an education. They thought that if ang mga Pilipino stayed ignorant, they would not fight back. Even though na ang mga Filipino they limited schooling, but Filipinos developed strong ideas about freedom. So great Filipino thinkers like Jose Rizal still emerge. Knowledge found a way to spread and national pride grows stronger. Even man ang mga Filipinos is wala nag-eskwela, but they fight back. They fight about their freedom. So second, keeping the people in poverty. So Spain keep most Filipinos very poor, hoping poverty would make them weak and helpless. But living in the hardships made Filipinos want change even more. So they dream of a better life and a better country. Many Filipinos work hard to find new opportunities, diba? Inanam gani mga Filipino is mga hardworking. Hantod man gay karon, diba? Kita man gid nato nga bisag nagkalisod na is they find ways to survive. So instead of stopping progress, poverty inspired the people to fight for it. So the last, exterminating the Filipino race. So killing all Filipinos was another way Spain could have tried to stop progress. However, even sa mga wars and suffering na sinati sa mga Filipinos, mga Filipinos gihapon they survive and grow stronger. Their spirit was too strong to break. To destroy the entire Filipino population would have cost Spain too many lives and money. Spain was not willing to pay that price because sa kanang mga war, diba, dako man nilang ma-consume na money ana. And in conclusion, in this tree, atong nakita nga bisan unsa pa ang mga gipangbuhat sa mga Kastila, pagpugong sa mga edukasyon, pagpugong sa kalambuan, pagpamugos sa mga kapobrehon, ug bisan sa pagpawagtang sa mga kapwa nato Filipino. Wala gihapon mapildi ang mga Filipinos, di ba? Naning ipakita gihapon nila na sa mga Spaniards na maningkamot gihapon sila, even na ginana ta nila pagtrato atong sila pay nakalingkod ato that time.
Good day, Miss. So I am Renalyn Kiamco. So I am here to tackle about Filipinos dentro de San Añas. So change cannot be pretended. People trust for reform. The current colonial policies must adapt to the people's growing needs. Otherwise, they will seek civil liberties and a national identity distinct from Spain. So, si Rizal kay ilhado bilang isang pangunahing reforma sa Pilipinas ay nakatuon sa pagbuo ng isang mas makatarungan at pantay na lipunan. So, for example, like edukasyon diri sa ato ang Pilipinas. Like edukasyon ay ang susi ng pag-unlad. Karapatang pantao nga naatay rights, nanay rights ang mga tao, so nanay freedom tungod ni Rizal. Next is what will become of Philippines within a century? Will they become a Spanish colony? For those who have a strong spirit over the liberty of the country, independence was assured. But for those who are discouraged, the delusion by sad experiences shall be a prison of the colony forever. Diri na to mahibaw-an na paniniwala ni Rizal na ang kalayaan ay nagsasalakay sa lakas ng loob at determinasyon ng mga tao. For example, pag-asa at pagbabago. Kay ang pag-asa para sa ating kalayaan diri nakasalalay sa mga kakayahan ng mga tao na magbago at lumaban para sa ating mga karapatan. Next, which is the solutions. First, to have a Filipino representative in the Spanish Cortes, and the second, which is to practice human rights. So, the solution diri sa ato ang nasod, which is the education or edukasyon. Kay ang edukasyon, which is ang mo'y nagpapalawak ng edukasyon, kay mao ni ang mas mataas na kamalayan ng mga Pilipino para sa atong mga karapatan at tungkulin. Silbi mao na siya ang kanabitang kay nato diri sa ato ang nasod para mas muangat ta or mas mulambo pa ang atong nasod. Next is outcomes. First, remain under Spanish domination but which more law and greater liberty. And the second, which is declare themselves independent. So, there's sa outcomes kay which is dakong kan katabang ang education diri sa to ang nasod kay si mao man ang maka-impluwensya sa Pilipinas or diri sa atong nasod moy mas dako or mas makalambo diri sa ato ang nasod.
So, good day everyone. My name is Stephen Laping. What Spain can do to keep the Philippines a colony? Reform must come from its authorities to be peaceful and effective. It cannot come from masses for that there will be a bloodbath. So Rizal believed that if the Spain refuses to improve its rules, Filipinos are eventually seeking for independence. So what Spain can do to keep the Philippines a colony? So this includes providing Filipino with education and also freedom of speech and political representation, and also equal rights. In short, sakto nga treatment. If dili na mahatag sa Spain or dili nila usbon ang ilang rules, syempre ang Filipinos mangita dun nag-way na makuha nila ang ilang freedom. So by treating the Filipinos fairly and improve their lives, Spain could maintain the loyalty and avoid revolution. Reform must come from the authorities. So Rizal emphasizes that uh, peace change must start from those in power. So Spanish authorities. If the reforms delayed and them, people forced to act themselves, it will lead to um, revolution or bloodbath. So bloodbath meaning mga Filipinos mo sukol din sila. Lasting peace can only come if the government lead the reform, not the masses. Masses means kay common people or ordinary Filipinos, especially poor and working class. So, ingon si Rizal, if ang masses daw ang mo-push for change, kaya if mo refuse ang Spain sa reform, it will lead daw to uh, violence or bloodbath, dili peaceful change. People towards Spanish citizenship. Filipinos would do everything to obtain even just a little education, and if Filipino were intelligent enough to pay taxes, then they are also intelligent enough to elect representatives to watch over them. So kita as Filipino, buhaton dyan nato tanan para lang sa right of education or sa um, makatarungan sa pagbayad sa taxes na dili pud kaayo nasobraan sa kataas. And then, o mopili ta sa mo lead nato or mo govern nato, dapat naay ka ng same nga gusto nato mga Filipino. Rizal would prefer the Philippines remain a colony of Spain instead of revolution for freedom. The Filipinos' reaction was practically normal due to waging war which was also caused by the government itself. So mas prefer ni Rizal na magpabilin ang Philippines as a colony sa Spain kay para niya ang Philippines dili pa ready or dili pa nato kaya nga makig away sa Spain. The reaction of Filipino people leading to revolution was understandable. The waging war refers to Philippine Revolution, which was sparked by the oppressive policies and abuses of the Spanish government. This statement argues that the reaction of Filipino people are normal. So, normal lagid siya kay tungkol ra pod sa kaning treatment sa Spanish nato nga ki-abuse sa sa discrimination. Normal lagid siya nga makasukol jud ang Filipinos nga makabuhat jud sila kanang revolution para makuha ang freedom.
Ang kanang nga slide or kani nga slide is about din siya sa kanang freedom nga wish ni Rizal, which is nahitabo siya 50 years after siya namatay. Pero balik sa sugod. Then dito mo to ang wish ni Rizal makakuha ta sa ato ang freedom from the other country nga nag-under sa toa. So mo to pag 1898 niabot ang Americans para og sila ang ni-fight sa Spaniards og nakadaog sila og sila ang nikuha sa Pilipinas. Ug sa katong time nga nakuha sa Amerika ang Pilipinas, nagkuan sila democracy and liberty, which means mas daghan na tag kanang freedom kumpara sa una. Nagkuan silang democracy and liberty diri sa Pilipinas. Mas daghan na tag freedom kumpara sa una nga under patas sa Spaniards. So pero pero sa katunga time is dili pa jud totally ato ang Pilipinas kay under pa man ta sa kanang American. Then after mato nahitabo to ang wish ni Rizal is 50 years after siya namatay. O tinuod nakuha jud na to tong freedom, nakuha ang wish ni Rizal nga makuha na to ang freedom nato mga Filipino. Pero nahitabo siya ngadto na lagi 50 years after siya namatay. So basically ang point ani nga quote in history is dili na always magpabili lang usa ka tawo or nasod nga magdominar sa lain, especially kung lahi og kanang mga culture, belief and ideas. Kaya ang kanang mga kalahian nila or laha mga differences kay will cause one to back down or mawala ang dominance sa usa. Dili jud gani magdugay if isa lang ang magbuot. Kay dili jud gani magdugay if isa lang ang magbuot. Kay kanang magkadion sa mapili ra man jud ang usa nila. So in the end it's all about balance and change ra jud.